So welcome, and I am just unbelievably excited to kick this group off. And I know you guys have seen quite a few girls kind of come through the business. Donna, for example, she kind of came out of one of these groups. So what this is all about is exactly what it says on the tin, like level up mentorship. And really, it's just me giving you guys that additional time so that you can level up, and me giving you additional kind of tips and things that other coaches aren't going to see in team calls and things like that, because this is really aimed at just really helping you guys go next level, push for those goals. But before I kind of go on to talk about kind of practicalities and things, there are a few things that I just kind of wanted to set the tone with. And this is the fundamental stuff. This is the stuff that's really going to see you make it or break it in terms of this business. And I know you guys will have heard me talking a lot of the time about your why are you doing this, all of the rest of it. Something that I've been listening to a book recently about, and they made a point, and I just thought it was so, like, it was like a mind-blowing moment for me, and I just wanted to share it. It's less about your why and more about who do you want to be. And I love that, because I think to go next level, I think about my own journey so far, and really what got me kind of just saying, do you know what, this isn't enough. I'm going all in, and I really want to make a difference in this world. It wasn't my why. My why was important, and your why is really crucial. So in this group, I expect you to know, like, why you're doing this, what this means for your life as a bigger picture, and for you to have vision boards and all that. I'm not going to go through that because that's an expectation of this group. But who do you want to be? And I don't know whether you've ever kind of thought about that, or you've ever come across any other personal development books that make you think about that. But I really think, coming away from this call tonight, I want you to sit down for 15 minutes in silence, even if you have to time yourself to do it, just to make sure you do it, and think about who do you want to be. And that can be related to coaching, but it can be related to your life as a whole and how coaching fits into that. And I was so inspired by that quote that I actually wrote my post about that today. For me, who I want to be is that I want to be an inspiration to thousands of women globally, but I also want to be a really present mother, and I want to be an inspiration to my son, and I want him to be, as successful in whatever it is he decides to do, and shown that he can do whatever he puts his mind to. So for every single one of you here, your who do you want to be is probably going to be very different. And I don't expect it to be the same. In fact, it's better if it isn't. So I just wanted to kick it off with that. And just to say that I'm going to put certain expectations on you in this group, and there are going to be certain requirements that I'm going to be quite strict on, and I'm going to be more strict on these requirements in this group than I've ever been in any other group. And the reason for that is that I'm actually in a group right now. I think you guys know I'm in the Push Elite group, which is kind of Josh Coates's top group in terms of kind of expectations. And it has blown my mind how much his strict accountability has, in the process of kind of 2 weeks, just absolutely blown up my business. And so I'm going to be asking you to complete, as I said, like a completely different tracker, and it will be an expectation of you guys that you complete that every single day. And I'm going to share the screen with you in a second. But I want you guys to kind of, if that's not good with you, that's cool, but this group isn't going to work for you. And I want to be perfectly honest, because what we've got here is some really, really ambitious individuals who are wanting to push for diamond, wanting to go for 2-star. I've seen all of your whys and your visions, and that reflects to me that you need to be going for 2-star in order to achieve those goals and those visions that you've written down, those, whether it's income, whether it's some life you're building for yourself. In order to do that, going 2-star is actually where you're going to start to really double your income. You're going to start to be able to reel back on what you're doing. You're really going to be able to start that, to make that a reality for you. And I'm really confident in that, because that's the point at which I turned around and I said, you know what, I don't want to do any PT classes anymore. I don't want to have to juggle all these classes. I don't want to have to be in the golf club, working golf club hours to kind of meet the shortfall that we had here in terms of our financial requirements to even just pay the mortgage. Like, there was a lot of pressure on me. And so I want you to know that, you know, you are going to have to step up. You are going to have to go next level. You are going to have to dig into more of that. Who do I want to be? Why do I want to be that? Why am I going to hold on to that really strong when the going gets tough? Because if you haven't got that foundation, guys, you won't do those things. And that's when I it was like a mindset shift for me. Like, there was a catalyst to that, and for me that was unfortunately my mother's death. That was a real catalyst for me, but I'm not saying that has to be a catalyst for you, you know, and I really hope it's not. You know, this pandemic, I think, has brought a lot of self-reflection, a lot of, wow, isn't this opportunity incredible? I don't have to go into work with PPE on. You know, I can actually help people globally, remotely, with their health in a way that is probably going to be conducive to life for a very long time, if not forever, because I think that the globe has changed by this pandemic, and I think it makes what we have to offer here so unbelievably powerful, and it's really shifting gears. And you'll see that with, you know, the national wake up call and all the new diamonds and all, you know, record months, record weeks, week after week. So I want you to hold strong to that, and always hold strong to that. And if there are gaps in your mindset on that and places where you fall down, it is going to be up to you to call yourself out on that and be accountable to this group, and all kind of cling together and be as accountable as the next, in order to raise the group up. We are all relying on one another to really like go all in, to make that commitment. So that's the first thing. And you don't have to say anything right now, but I just wanted to let you know. And this might sound quite harsh, but this is again something that Josh does, and it makes you level up. If you don't do that tracker, you get kicked out. It's that simple. So that's how this is going to run. And it's not because I like to be super tough, but I know that that's going to get the best out of you. And that's why you're here, because you're ready to go next level. So what I wanted to talk about was something that I've learned over the past couple of weeks, which really simplifies the business. And I think I've never heard it in simpler terms, and I just absolutely loved it. And I think, just get a pen and paper, make sure you've written this down. You can come back to the recording. But what we're doing here is we're raising you up as new leaders. Okay, this is the point of this group. This is for you to be, you know, showcasing your own results, helping others get their own results, and then help them help others to get results. Okay. And I wanted to just go through what the vital process is. And I think we all know that the core and basis of this business is first starts with us. And that is never going to change, no matter what you do with this business, no matter if you go 10 star, no matter if you earn 6, 7 figures, that is always going to be at the base. And you've always got to be checking in with that, no matter how kind of sky high you get on your vision. Never forget that base. Okay. So the vital process is, number one, get results. It creates trust, belief, and passion. And I cannot stand by that statement enough. I've got my own results. Yes, I've got amazing bodily results, the best results of my life with these programs, despite the fact I'm a trained personal trainer. I stand by that very first 21-day fix that I got. I could not deny that that was the best I had ever seen my body. And I'd done a professional course and couldn't have done it in the gym myself. So I trust and believe in these programs more than I believe I could get my own results in the gym, and I'm a professional. So that's where my belief and my trust in this sits, because I know that if I go all in, and by going all in, that's on the nutrition. Yeah, nutrition is 80% of your results, guys. Don't forget that. The workouts is just 20%. And that is what's going to create your trust in this. It's what's going to create your belief in it. And it's what's going to create your passion. So I want you to think about, am I doing that? Have I done that to the best of my ability? And if I haven't, I'm going to sit down tonight and I'm going to work out where I've got holes in what I'm doing and what I'm going to do to level up. Because I'll tell you, until you level up on that point, your business will never blow up. You will never propel yourself, because actually at the fundamental basis and core of what you're doing, you don't really believe in it, because you've not really seen those results. So Ultimate Portion Fix, I'm going to start running a group on June the 1st, and I would encourage all of you guys to get in there, because if you want to level up and you want to help others, you want to be leading from the front in terms of what this business has to offer and what we have to offer others as a solution. And if we're not doing that, we can't showcase that to others. That is the program that gave me that passion. When I enrolled, that came as part of it. And I know some of you guys have done it. the second, so number one is get results. See, these are this, you know, it's not reinventing the wheel, but I love how simple this coach made it. Number two, help others get results. Okay. It creates trust for others who are watching you, and it creates more passion and more trust in yourself, right? So for example, we've had Shannon's come into the business, Charlotte came into the business a couple of months ago, Shannon came into the business a month ago. They happen to be very good friends, which is it's just wonderful to watch. And Shannon's got the most unbelievable results with her program. It's doing that get results number one. She's passionate, she's believing, and she's trusting, and it's translating in her business. And Charlotte is the person who is helping her get those results, and that's giving her that trust, belief, and that passion, and they're blowing their businesses up. And that wasn't always where I was with this business. Like, I just want you to know that just because your path has been one way, it doesn't mean that that can't change in a heartbeat, right? It's a decision. But it's a really good example of what I'm seeing. That's like the best example I've ever seen of that in my whole entire business in terms of how that's working. So it's a really good tangible example to give you guys. And then the third, which is really, you know, this part of this group, help others help others. Okay, so not only then are you going to be that leader who is helping your people get results, so you need to be running your own challenges, you need to be injecting that energy into them, you need to be showing up and giving them extra nutrition tips, whatever it might be, maybe running an ultimate portion fix group, because that's going to build your trust. And then help others, you're going to help them do the same again, right? So you've done it, so then it's just teaching your people to do the same again, which is essentially what I'm doing here, but that's in the physical results as well. So I just thought, what a great way to start, to really reflect on those fundamentals. And, you know, and there are going to be times in your journey where you're going to be really good at this, and there are going to be times in your journey where you're not, and that's just because we're human. But the more that you instill that in yourself, and the more that you get into the practice of doing those things, the more that when you fall off, you'll get back on much more quickly. And I've seen that in my own business. So I just, you know, no one's perfect. Like, no one's going to do that perfectly to start with. Like, it takes a shift in your mindset to decide that you're just going to do it. And Emily Forver is a really good example of that. Emily Forver, she's like Networks number 2. She had done a lot of programs. She was a coach for like 5 or 6 years actually, and her income was like this. And then one day she said, I'm just sick of coasting. I'm sick of coasting year after year. And she went all in on 80-day obsession, and she got the most phenomenal results. She didn't miss a workout. She didn't miss a minute. She absolutely nailed her nutrition, and her business from there on out just exploded. So I just wanted to share that, and just really to say that I'm really excited for this group. I think if you guys get all in on this and you decide, right, it's go time, we are going to have a lot of diamonds blowing up out of this. And I know what it takes to get you to diamond. I know what it takes to get you to 2-star. I've been there. I've helped other people do it. So if you trust in me, and then you trust in yourself, and you put in that work, there is nothing that will stop you, as long as you're coachable. And in a sense, just take what I say as read and do it, because I've done it. It works. And if fear gets in the way, you're going to have to do the PD to push that fear out the way, or to just get over yourself with it, because I am going to be making you guys do stuff that you haven't done before. The other thing that I just wanted to say is that your success in this business is directly reflective on how many live info sessions that you run. Okay, no matter how bad they are, no matter how good they are, the number of information sessions that you host and the number of people that you manage to get into them is going to be, that will directly reflect your success. So, you know, invite numbers, running sneak peeks into coaching, that's what this group is here for. And what you guys need to do following on from this call is start to plan your sneak peek into coaching. Okay, you need to give yourself at least 2 weeks, because you need at least 2 weeks to plan. You need at least 2 weeks to start building excitement in your stories, and you need at least 2 weeks to start really inviting those people, creating FOMO. And it was really interesting, actually. I was talking to Josh the other day, and I said, I've enrolled 18 coaches this month, and I don't even know how I've done it. And he said, you're doing something that a lot of coaches forget to do and they don't realize, and that is that you are you are not only getting people into your info session, you're creating that FOMO with every single story that you're doing in the lead up. And that is very much a strategy, guys. So there is no use going all in, preparing all of that sneak peek stuff. And I'm going to share exactly how I do it on the next call. There's no use going all in on that sneak peek, creating the visuals, getting people invited in, if then they're going to go to your stories and your posts and they're not really going to see that excitement. And I know a lot of you guys, you know, you haven't necessarily kind of gone for coaches before now. And I get that, you know, I've been there in my business as well. It was kind of a few months down the line before I decided I wanted to go for coaches. And it took a complete shift in the way that I executed my social media. It's all about marketing. And so what you really need to think about now, and this spreadsheet is going to help you with that, is a posting strategy. And it should be geared towards peppercorning the coach opportunity now. Okay. So you're going to still run challenge groups. You're going to run them once a month. That's always going to be a fundamental to your business. But you want to be peppercorning the coaching, creating that FOMO, sharing your excitement, sharing your vision, sharing, you know, if you look at the way that I post generally, for the most part, a lot of the time I'm posting on that level. And I know for a lot of you guys, that's kind of, it's a belief thing, right? It's a like, can I do this? Am I actually going to be able to help other coaches do this too? And I'll be honest, fake it till you make it is what has kind of stood me in good stead in my previous career and in my career now. So to start with the coaching, I didn't lie, no one lies, but you have to fake it till you make it. So you have to turn around to yourself and say, is my social media account reflective of somebody that has this vision that I've written down and sent to Izzy? Is that reflective of the effort I'm willing to put in? Is it high enough level? And I think even if you're brand new to this, like, you know, we've got some newer coaches here, and you're not really sure how that looks. I did that, and I actually started to call myself out on, okay, that post's not quite up to scratch. Like, that needs to be better. So what I'm going to strongly recommend you guys listen to, if you haven't, and I think Marty, you've listened to this one already, and perhaps Imogen as well, is Build to Last. Okay, Build to Last by Keith Callahan. I'm actually going to listen to it again because it's an amazing book. But he says all you need to find to have a 6 or 7 figure business is 5-star diamonds. Okay, so you're looking for 5 people who are going to blow your business up. And they say you're going to have to flip 10,000 cups to find 5 of those people. Okay. And that's going to give you an indication of why your invite number most likely is going to need to go up. You're not going to find those 10,000 cups like tomorrow, are you? It's going to take time. And I think it's important to understand that it takes time. Like, I've got 1 cup turned right now. In terms of, if you look at my business, I've got Donna, she's running, she's going to be a 5-star diamond. That's taken me 2 years, guys. So I want to be real and honest about what it takes, but I'm starting to see that those cups are flipping faster because I've come along such a journey that now I'm attracting on a higher level. And that's what's so exciting. Yeah, as you develop and you grow, you're going to attract more of that higher level, which is going to explode your business. So it isn't a get rich quick scheme. You guys aren't going to do this in a year. That's not the way it's going to happen. It's going to be a 4 or 5 year plan. Okay. And sorry, I've written some notes here. Every day you're flipping cups. Every day you're flipping cups. That's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. You're flipping cups, okay? And it might be that cups you flip, they're challenges, right? Your challenges are going to come in. It's a great way to get some great coaches, guys. You know, we've got some people in here talking about challenges who are doing really well. If their challenges doing really well in your groups and they're showing up every day and they're loving your, like, you're doing like giveaways or whatever, that's why you want to do giveaways and build excitement in challenge groups, because those people are going to be the people that show up and win those challenges, and they're not going to be coaches, but they're then going to show up and then they're going to create habits, and then you're going to say, hey, do you know what, you'd make a great coach. We've got Amy on here who was that way, and we've got Ginny as well who's doing really well, and both of those guys were just customers. So flipping cups does not necessarily have to be flip a cup for a coach. In fact, sometimes the best coaches are ones that have come through challenges. So it isn't all about the sneak peek. This is why feeding your challenge groups, still keeping that energy, making sure it's fun, is absolutely fundamental to your business. And that's something I learned the hard way, because in the beginning, honestly, I just loved helping with the coach opportunity. I kind of forgot about my challenge group, and then the engagement was rubbish and it kind of dropped off. And now, like, my challenge groups, I make sure they're on fire. I make sure I've got challenges in there. I make sure I'm giving more, and that I'm kind of getting people to do stuff outside of a regular challenge group box. So for me, that's mindset. So just think about that. And this is something else. Your income will be directly reflective of your effort, diligence, and skill. Okay, so I want you to write those 3 words down. Yeah, effort, you can control that right now. Your diligence, you can control that right now. Your skill, we're all learning and we're all growing all of the time. And this is something, again, that I've noticed recently. I've started doing personal development in the morning when I get up, when I get my coffee, I listen to my personal development, I do meditation, and then I'll just tell you how I do it in case this helps you guys, because you're probably wondering how the heck I fit it in. I get up, I do my workout, finish my workout, have my recover, and then I get in the shower. And once I'm out of the shower, I'm getting dressed. That's professional development time for at least 15 minutes. So I have 2 books on the go at any one time. And I can tell you that professional development piece for 15 minutes every day has like flipped a switch in my brain again, and just really like it's propelling me. So I think most of you guys know I've spoken about that book Turn Blue in the Face, but for me, like, I was listening to Go for No. You Guys Build to Last is incredible, so get that one. Get Over Your Damn Self would be another great example of a professional development book, because it's giving you tangible kind of structure for how you should execute your business. And if you are a newer coach who's sort of getting a bit uncomfortable and worried that people are going to say no, and you kind of don't see the reason behind it, I would strongly recommend that book as your professional development book. But it is an expectation that you're going to do that too in this group, because that's what's going to really get you thinking in that leadership mindset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. So hold on, before I do that, I'm just going to make sure I've got it on the right thing here. So just bear with me 1 second. So basically what we've done here is I have had the checklist that I am doing that has propelled me replicated for you guys. So I can't tell you like how amazing this is that you guys have this, because I invested a lot of money. Yes, I get training, but I'll tell you, the checklist is what's really propelling me right now. And it's something that's really going to help you guys. I know a lot of you work full time. There still shouldn't be a reason that you can't get this stuff done. So I'm just going to share my screen now. Well, that doesn't help, does it? We don't really want that there. So basically, you're going to see here, we've got weekly goals, sales and recruiting. So sales is customers and recruiting is how many coaches. Okay. And literally for every single day, this is a Google sheet, so I send it to you. You've got a checklist. Okay. So I'm just going to go through it. It's quite a lot, but when you see day by day, you'll see it's just a checklist. So write out your goals. Hopefully you guys are doing that already. Plan out your day. If you're not doing that, that really is an expectation. And I'll tell you, like, even I wasn't planning out my day, but I do now. And that's made a real difference, because I'm just calling myself out on all those little time blocks that actually I was doing sweet FA with, or I was just scrolling or whatever. Affirmations. Okay. Affirmations are really important. If you don't do them, that's like saying, you know, for me, I worry sometimes because I'm a red that I'm not a compassionate leader. So I'm an amazing compassionate leader. For me, I'm a 10-star diamond. Like, I'm going to be 10-star diamond by the end of this year. You know, whatever those affirmations are for you. So whatever you lack in confidence in, or you believe to be true and you know it's not true and it's holding you back, you need to create an affirmation around that. So I'm not confident. I am confident. I'm an amazing leader could be an amazing one for you guys. You know, it might be that you haven't seen success to date with building your team because actually you don't believe you could be a good leader. Well, that's just a limiting self-belief, and you need to call yourself out on that. So again, like, take 10 minutes tonight, tomorrow, and work out affirmations that mean something to you. There's also guided meditations on affirmations you can do, and I do them pretty much every morning with a meditation. The Daxi one that I do, which is Manifest, that's got affirmations in it, but I also write them out every morning. And this stuff takes 2 minutes, guys. Workout, Shakeology, send an email to your list. Now, sending an email to your list is like doing a mailer, right? So say you had like loads of people's email addresses and you wanted to let them know about your sneak peek, or you had those people's email addresses and you wanted to let them know about your challenge group coming up, you could do an email. But for you guys, it's probably less relevant right now. You know, if you built up an email list, definitely start doing that, because it's a much quicker way to get your info out.
And you do that daily?
Yes. But this, bear in mind, this is like, I've had this absolutely replicated. So this is from the Elite Push group. So you've got coaches in there who've got a downline of God knows how many 100 people, right? So this, as I said, like, it's probably less relevant. But if you've got a number like maybe 50 to 100 emails for follow-up, say you promoted your post and you've got loads of email addresses, I would encourage you to get stuff out to them on email, because it's quicker and
But I guess not like everyone every day, because then you're just bombarding them with emails, right?
I don't think Tuesday's got it on. I think send email list is Monday. Yeah. So follow your meal plan. You know, guys, this is so fundamental. Like, if you're gonna go next level, this is an expectation. This has to happen. There has to be healthy eating. Yeah, you can let yourself off the hook a little bit at the weekend, but if you're going to propel your business, it's going to start with you. Okay, so following, this is why this first bit is all you. Can you see? Expand your network. That's the Jace call, essentially. You know, adding 30, 40, 50, how many people engaging on their posts. Hold on a second, I'm trying to scroll across. It's going to move. Yeah, so 20 conversations. So this is why, you know, following at least 40 people a day, I should say, unless you're brand new Instagram, in which case be careful, is really important, because you're not going to have 20 new conversations to be had if you're not following people at that rate every day. And that's where you're going to have the parameters to build your business at the level that you want to. 10 challenger invites and 5 coach invites. Now, this is Josh's thing, and I'll be honest here, I do that many invites, but I don't do it to that ratio. I generally do more coach invites than I do challenge groups. It really depends for me where I am in my month. So right now, I'm still calling to action my bootcamp, so I probably am doing more of this. But when I'm calling to action my sneak peek, which I'm doing one every month, and again, that's got to be an expectation that you're doing a live group one a month, because the live content, I'll tell you from what I've done over the past few months, goes down so much better than just recordings. It's crazy. So you can change this up as long as you're hitting at least 15. Lifestyle or engagement post. So that could be like, hey, which outfit do you think I should wear? You know, that kind of thing. Like, one where it's not just about coaching. So what I love about this is it's all laid out for you in terms of what you should post about, which I know sometimes you guys want info on. So personal development audio, that's listening. And then it says personal development reading. So that I do now when I'm just about to go to sleep. So I read like 5 pages. It takes me about 5 minutes. That is, again, something additional. But this stuff has really made a difference to my mindset. They say the most impactful time for your brain is in the morning first thing and in the evening. And I was always the girl, and we've probably got a lot of you guys in here that just do the morning and then we don't do the evening. And actually, the shift in my brain from like re-sowing that seed on my mindset in the evening just before I go to sleep has been huge. So 1 workout story, 1 nutrition story, that's as per the bat. 1 family story, like, you know, if you don't have a family, then, you know, with your other half, whatever. 2 recreation stories. So it's just something not related to coaching, right? Whatever that might be. 1 engagement story. So you could say, like, I don't know, like the other day I went in and I said, or I don't know how you mums are feeling about everything to do with the lockdown and whether or not you should send your kids back to school or preschool. I'm really struggling with it. Like, what are your thoughts? That kind of thing. Like me just talking to the camera. 1 call to action story. Now, this is something I've been doing and it's made such a huge difference to my traction. And to start with, I was like, I'm not sure I can call to action people in a story, like in a video story every day. My goodness, has it made a huge difference to my business. Like every day after I do my workout, for the most part, I say, like, if you want to join me, just let me know, drop me a message. And I'm always sharing my virtual gym in a screen record every day. And it might sound like too much, but it's made a huge difference. So just make sure you're doing that. 1 live IGTV each week. This is huge. Like this, a few months ago, I was going live at least 3 times a week. Now I do go live once a week now. And I really notice when I go live and I do an IGTV, the traction in my business is so much greater, because the closest, as you guys know, that you are getting to face-to-face interaction is on video. that this idea might scare the crap out of some of you guys, but I can promise you, you have to stick with it, because it's how you're building trust with your audience. If you're building a little bank of IGTVs, and also it is going to double your engagement. It is crazy what video content does for your engagement in your social media. So you could, like, that's been put on Monday, but you could come back and tick it off if you did it on Thursday, for example. Okay. You're not going to go live in the team page because you don't have a, you know, that's kind of irrelevant. I need to take that off.
Izzy,
Yeah.
what sort of content are you wanting in an IGTV? Like, if you were to do one a week, like, does it all have to be coaching related, or could it be like a personal one or something so they can get to know you? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think you
rather it be
always
coaching.
need to know, and this applies to your posts and it applies to anything you put in social media. Are you inspiring? Are you educating? Or are you motivating? As long as you're doing one of those three things, it doesn't really matter. Now, I would say if you're pushing, you know, for diamond and 2-star, if it was me, I'd probably be talking about one of the benefits of the coach opportunity. You can go into my IGTVs and look at what I've done over, like, I used to do loads of them. I just don't have the ability to do that right now because we've got Arthur at home full time. And honestly, like, going live for 6 minutes and having him not interrupt, I can't guarantee it any time. So that can be tricky for me. So just go and have a look, like, just steal my ideas. I don't care. Like, if you see an IGTV and you're like, I resonate with that, there'll be stuff in my content you resonate with. Just pinch it. I don't care.
Okay.
Of course. And then again, like, it's similar. And then do you see here, like, you come across, this is Tuesday, product customer breadcrumb post. So that would be like my virtual gym starting, that kind of thing, or, you know, talking about your superfood. So you see they're slightly different each day. Again, the motivate piece is less relevant because that's very much me right now. But if you have, like, for example, you know, if you've got working coaches like Charlotte, there's a way that you can help motivate Shannon in that respect.
Be swapped in. If you've got like a virtual gym, you could go in.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I think just, you know, with this stuff, yeah, and I would heavily encourage you right now to get in front of that camera live as much as you damn can. Like, going live in your virtual gym in the lead up to your sneak peeks is really going to help build your confidence ready for that sneak peek. And likewise with your live IGTV content, I can promise you, if you are forced to do a live IGTV every single week, your ability to do that live content then for your sneak peek is going to be a lot better. You're going to be a bit less scared. And I'll be honest, that first sneak peek you do, if you haven't done one, is going to terrify you. You're like, I literally crap myself. Like, it was the most terrifying thing I ever did. And then I did it and was like, I could do this. Oh my God. And it was like the most amazing feeling, even though it was like the shittest sneak peek you've ever seen. But I knew then that I had everything in my power to do everything that that top coach could do, because I kind of ticked all of the boxes. Like, I could present the business opportunity, and that's going to be really scary. But once you've done it, I can promise you it's going to give you so much confidence, even if no one enrolls.
Izzy? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Amy, did you have a question?
No, you go, Marty.
Okay, I was wondering, I was doing like another call, and they were saying that they were doing their sneak peeks as IGTV lives as well. Like, I know you do it so that you invite people to a Facebook group. I don't know, like, would that be any different?
Yeah,
or?
like, and this is something I'm going to share next week. I do need to go back through the call because it's 2 hours long, but Josh Coates has a way of creating an event in Facebook and promoting it to your current follower list. And the girls have been doing it, and the conversion on their current Facebook and Instagram followers by creating an event in Facebook, and again, don't ask me all the details because I need to go back through it, has been sensational. So yes, like, you could do a live IGTV sneak peek. You know, I'm going to be inclined to say, guys, just follow suit in terms of what I've been doing, because I've never enrolled that many coaches. And it's the strategy that I'm going to go through next week for you guys so that you can start getting that sneak peek together. I'll certainly circulate the text that I use for my sneak peeks because I know it works. And I don't want to have you guys reinvent the wheel if I know what I'm doing is working and you guys can replicate. That's going to be the best thing to do. What I will just share briefly is that the thing that really propelled my sneak peek this time was saying, I'm open, like, being very clear on the dates, very clear on the number of spots, and saying the first 3 people to enroll are going to be entered into a raffle to win £50 or $50 of Lululemon. And literally, I got off the call. I had 9 whys, so I was getting the girls to send me their whys. I really, like, if you go back and watch my sneak peek, that should be another task. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch my latest sneak peek, because honestly, I must have been pressed upon those girls about 8 times that their why was really important to me and that I wasn't just going to take anyone. And I think if you can get yourself into that energy of, do you know what? I don't just want anyone on my team. I want people that really want this, and I want to know why they want it. And they're only going to be considered when they've sent me their why. That's going to change your energy, and it really changed mine. So just going on to say, like, I did a raffle for that Lululemon. The first 3 to enroll will be entered into a raffle. And then I sent their share cards and I said, can you let me know as soon as you've enrolled right away, because I have very limited spots. And they were enrolling. So just keeping the pressure on, that works. You know, you think about maybe when you learned about this opportunity and maybe there were limited spots and you were worried you weren't going to get one because it was closing out, or, you know, you've booked a holiday and the holiday is going to go. That's the reason why you book, because it's the excitement and the energy. You want to get people in whilst they're excited and energetic. And I know a lot of you guys say, I don't understand, they've just watched it, they're really interested, and then they go cold, right? You need to get them in while their energy's high, because you have a much higher chance of converting. And I've learned that. So it's just kind of keeping that pressure on them that they will miss out if they don't enroll, because the mentorship is going to start on X date and they need to check out there and then. That really worked for me, and I was quite assertive with it this time, and it absolutely worked. So sorry, that was a side note, but since
I was going to say, how do you feel, or how has it worked if you've done it in the past, if you've done it with another coach, like done one video and then another video, or is it better just to do it?
I'll be brutally honest. What I've learned, and this is something I've learned this year, and I'll be honest, like this is why I'm going to push you guys to do it, because it's what's propelled my business. I did it with other coaches, and then I thought, stuff it, I'm going to do it on my own, because Melanie Mitro said, if you want to be successful in this business, you have to run your own sessions. You have to run your own ones. And that was, I think that was at the New Leaders Conference. And I was like, damn, I always run it with someone else. And I was terrified, and I did it. And my success on my own has been double as successful as doing it with someone else. Now, you guys are brand new, and if you really feel like you can't do one on your own, I get it. I certainly didn't do one on my own to start with, but I would be inclined to say, like, if you can push yourself to do it, I think your trajectory of your business will be a lot quicker. Just in terms of what I've seen in myself. You could always, you know, there's different ways you could do a sneak peek. You could go live and you could do the main content, and you could come. So I'm, you know, whatever you want from me, guys, like, I'm here to help you. Like, you have got my time. You've got 1 hour of my time every week individually as well. So I'm investing a lot of my time in you, and I'm willing to, like, go live in there. I'm willing to do a sneak peek with you. I'll do whatever it takes. Okay. So you just think about that. But this is why this expectation is on you, because I'm not going to give you all my time if you're not going to do this stuff. And I have to be blunt about that. Tough love. You'll thank me later. So it just really goes through like that. Okay. So that's just, I'm going to share that with you at the end, and hopefully that's going to help you guys. You know, if you're on the move, it's Google Sheet. I'm going to stop screen sharing now. So has anyone got questions?
In terms of my virtual gym, like I mean, other than other coaches being on there, I have like maybe 3 customers and so not engaged. Like, and I'm on there every day, like, this is what I do, what are you guys doing, like, what are work words have each, like, and it's just not, I don't know if it's just like I just need to start attracting different people.
It's numbers, and it's also, that's why that fresh blood is so important. And I even get that in my own gyms, and mine are obviously a lot bigger, and that's why that fresh blood all the time is, and I've learned that, it's taken me a long time to learn that, it's so important to keep having that fresh blood, because the energy in the groups, like, naturally goes stale because people are used to it and they're not as excited. And that's why you need to be like, I expect you guys to set yourself a goal of Success Club 10 every month. If you're doing all of this and you're doing the sneak peek and you're inviting and you're doing a sneak peek each month and you're doing a new challenge group each month, you guys should easily be able to do that. But don't worry, like, if you've not got much engagement in your group, like, as I will always say, like, you're always welcome to add whoever you want into my groups, like, whilst doing, if you've got lower engagement. And yes, like, it is important to lead, but let that be your motivation. You know, I know when I started to do bigger numbers, one of the reasons was like, well, heck, I'm never going to get this thing off the ground if I don't get more people in here. If I don't, like, that's the fun of it, right? When you've got more people, you've got more energy. So
I struggle a little bit with engagement purely because of numbers, but I did a
Yeah.
bit of a plan of what I was going to post, and I plan to go live in there 3 times a week just to share, just to maybe. Do you think that would help? I don't know what your experience is with it, like whether it be program or nutrition or giveaway or something. I don't know.
I think changing it up all the time and just making sure it doesn't go flat. Like at the moment in my group, the mindset, early morning workouts and superfood challenge, people are loving and they're sharing, and we're in bod groups and they're enjoying it. But obviously we've got a much bigger group. But going live is like, I try to go live once or twice a week in there always, because I always feel like these people have invested in me, and how shitty would it be if I'm not even going live in my page, like not even making the time to go live? Like, I don't know, like for me, that's really important. And I think just be creative. Like, guys, you're going to have more engagement if it's clear that you're enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying your bootcamp experience, you better bet your challengers or coaches aren't. So, you know, again, this is why this like creative time is really important. This like, who do I want to be? What are my affirmations? What's my vision? If you've not got clear on that, you need to get damn clear on that ASAP. And then like setting yourself creative time. Maybe it's at the weekend, maybe it's an hour at the weekend. You know what, I'm going to block out this whole hour and I'm just going to brainstorm, like mind map, you know, get a circle, draw some lines, and just think about, what do I enjoy? Because the thing is, like, I'll be honest, guys, I don't love talking about nutrition. I really don't. And I'm never going to love talking about it. I'm not really into cooking. Yes, I eat healthy. It's not the funnest. Like, that's me, okay? So you're never going to get loads of nutrition tips from me. That's why I'm running an Ultimate Portion Fix bootcamp, because I've done it. I'm going to schedule out the posts and the guys can engage in there, and that's going to help them. But they're never going to see that like real excitement from me with the nutrition. Like someone like Janine, for example, who's like, she's basically similar to me, been in business similar amount of time. She loves talking about cooking and nutrition. It's her thing. Don't talk about or make something interesting like push-up challenges. Like, I hate push-up challenges. So I'm never going to set them, because I'm like, geez, if you set me a push-up challenge, I'm probably not going to do it. So, you know, do something that you resonate with. Like, I love mindset, so I'm like, I'll set a mindset challenge and I'm going to offer a reward. And I love Shakeology and I believe in it, and obviously it's a fundamental to our business, and I thoroughly believe in morning workouts. Like, that's what's really propelled my business, committing to getting up early and winning. Like, even my son says to me, mummy, have you won your morning? Like, that's me. So that's how I roll out my bootcamp, because that's who I am. So, you know, you can absolutely steal any of my ideas, use them. Like, anything I've created that you like, go for it. I don't care if it helps you, but I would just encourage you to be creative and just think about, right, what do I enjoy about challenge groups? What would I like to see more of? What would get me excited? Because it's like that invite, right? What would you respond to? That's exactly the same with a challenge group. What would I enjoy in a challenge group? That's what people want to see. So like Charlotte, for example, loves talking about nutrition. She's been sharing a lot about nutrition in her virtual gym. She likes to help her girls with that. I do, but I'm not that interested in nutrition, I'll be honest. So you're not going to see that much on it. Yeah, I'm obviously going to help because 80% of their results, and that's why I'm doing an Ultimate Portion Fix group. Does that help?
Yeah, like, I mean, I just, like, I guess it comes down to numbers basically, because I'll post like my daily challenge, like, you know, a sweaty selfie day or wear your favorite hat day, and I'm like posting all these photos of me, but it's like I'm the only one actually doing anything. But yeah, I guess it just comes down to numbers. And I find that the people that I already have, because they originally enrolled in the Facebook, they have not wanted to convert over to bod groups. So like anyone new that I get, I think I'm only going to give them a bod group invitation.
And again, like, I think bod groups is crucial. Like, I would say you need to be using a bod group, because what I've seen, and this is like side note, but what I've seen is my girls are showing up for their workouts and they're having their Shakeology, and my God, their accountability is better because they have that box to tick. And I'm telling them, like, you haven't tracked it, and like, they're getting better results, and I'm getting more engagement because they're feeling the benefits, because they know they've got to tick that box to be part of the challenge. So I would definitely like, and yeah, like if you can't get people to move on to bod groups, you can't get people to move on to bod groups. So run both for now. But you can also team up with other coaches. Like I know in the beginning, I would team up with Jojo and Claire and me, and we'd run one together. So, you know, be your own leader. Like you know, that was a space that I stepped into quite early on. I'll be honest. Like it came more naturally to me than other things. So I would just approach other coaches. Like I approached Claire, who was my success partner. She's now with Arbonne. You know, but she was the reason why I've come where I've come, because I just said to her, hey Claire, do you know what? I think we could get on quite well. Should we do a sneak peek together? I just pushed fear aside and just reached out. So, you know, if there's people in this group that you want to be that girl, like if there's someone even in another team who you know is pushing for big goals, reach out to them, be that person, because that's you being your own leader. You know, I didn't have that. I was part of an American team. The team calls were at like 1 a.m. and I was like, damn, I want to make this business work. So I had to fight for it a bit. Yeah. So just think of creative ways that you can get excited about it. And it might be that you're running things with other people. It might be that you're running things with 2 other coaches. But, you know, in this space, if you're going to do that, be that leader of that, right? We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like that, because that is going to give you confidence in your leadership ability, even if it's just with a colleague or friend and you're running a challenge group and you've taken responsibility for it. It's that kind of fake it till you make it thing, right? And like even like team calls, I remember like Claire and I branched out, and the first team calls we had like maybe 4 or 5 people on it. Two of the people were us, you know. So like just remember, like we've all started with that really low engagement.
Because me and Shannon were thinking about doing a joint sneak peek together for our like first one, and we were thinking like obviously I invite my following, Shannon invites hers, but what we do, we just both go on like a Zoom call sort of thing, and I say my bit, Shannon says hers, and then like I enroll the people who are invited in the group and Shannon enroll. So it's not like, it's just to give each other a bit of confidence. And like we were saying that like me and Shannon might be relatable, 1 because we're new coaches, but 2 because like Shannon's just starting her fitness journey, and like whereas I'm already progressing on mine, so it might be like relatable if we both do it together, because I can be like, look, I'm still getting my results and I'm this size and at this stage on my fitness journey, and but Shannon's only been doing it for this amount of time and she's still getting her results. Like, do you know what I mean? We just didn't know if it would, we thought it would work quite well for our first one. What do you think?
And that's, I agree. Like, you know, I'm encouraging you to do it on your own, but I'm in this place now where I'm doing it on my own, but I didn't start that way. So I think sometimes even I forget that, right? So if you feel like you need to do it with another coach, do it with another coach. Like that's how I started. I never would have started if I hadn't been able to do it with another coach in a Diamond Push group, right? So, and if you don't have another coach, or you know, like you guys can all chat amongst one another, but if you want me to be that other person, I'm more than happy to be that other person. Like I'm offering you my time and I'm offering to help you guys, like in whatever way I can to help you see success. As I said, it's like, I'm here for you, but I'm only here for you if you're here for me, right? So I'm here, like I'm running this group in a way that I've never run these groups, and you're going to get more of my time than you've seen in these groups before. So hopefully that's going to then say to you, right, okay, cool, well, she's offering my time, so I'm going to deliver on this, and I'm going to do it for the team, and I'm going to do it for myself. You know, that team thing is huge here.
Me and Shannon were thinking, like, do we need our own name, like how you've got Team Hustle and Heart? If we were going to start enrolling new coaches, do we need a name?
Guys, I set up my own team page after a year, okay, and that was so soon. Like Mackenzie was like, what the hell are you doing? And Claire and I were like, gung-ho, we're going for it, and it worked for us, right? That's quite unusual, okay? But I'm not saying Donna's taken over a year, and she's doing it quite early on, but good on her, because she's, you know, she's helping her girls. They're seeing her as a leader now. I would encourage you not to do that just yet, right? Don't even think about that right now. Like you can if you want to, but I would discourage it, because you're not going to have a big enough team. So just put them into the Hustle and Heart ethos. If in 6 months you decide you want your own team page, whatever, great, you're thinking like that. I love it. But don't put that pressure. Like this, I'll tell you, this is going to be enough right now. Yeah, you're going to be pushed. You're going to be doing new things. A lot of you guys are working full time. You're going to need to time block. You're going to need to be getting up earlier. And getting clear on that vision piece and all the rest of it.
Well, that's a relief because we couldn't think of one.
We spent a long time thinking.
We were literally on a
Think
Zoom
about
call for 2
it.
hours thinking we
Been
needed
on like 2 hours Zoom
An hour of the
2 days
chat
in a
was
row.
thinking.
You need to do less
Are we
chatting. more
starting all
acting.
this?
What's that?
When are we starting all this?
Today.
Mhm.
Like this moves forward from here. So you can start planning. Like I've kept you on the call for an hour, so I'm not going to go through like how you're going to do your sneak peek today, but you guys are going to start using this tracker as of tomorrow. Okay, you guys are going to send who you want to be to me. Like that's your accountability to me. Okay, so send who you want to be to me, and you might feel like uncomfortable about it. It's not so I'm going to share it with the world. It's just so that you're being accountable to that task. Write your affirmations, send them to me. I'm doing that again for accountability to make sure you get it done. And start to think about, and I expect in this group that you have a marketing calendar. So if you don't, please make sure you've got one ordered. That's the one that I got on Amazon, if you haven't got it already. Marketing calendar 2020, 18-month promotional calendar. People always ask me what the make is, and it doesn't even seem to have a make. It's just an Amazon one. It says Self-Success Press inside, but it's produced by printed in Great Britain by Amazon. Marty, you might not be able to get exactly the same one, but I'm sure you can find
I've
similar.
seen it. Yeah, I have one from another person that like it goes through every day from 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock at night. Yeah.
So this is great because what you're going to do is you're going to do your sneak peek. Okay, so this group's going to run for 3 weeks. So you're going to do it. You'll do your sneak peek in 2 weeks' time, because that allows, hopefully you guys have got your new virtual gym starting on the 1st. And then you've got like the time to be planning for your sneak peek and then producing the visuals for your mentorship. Now, what I advise, you don't have to do it 2 weeks to the day, right? But ideally like roughly 2 weeks. So look at that promotional calendar. You could do 2.5 weeks time just to get that virtual gym in place. Is then you want to have your sneak peek date. And this is how I always do it. So let's say, for example, I was doing my sneak peek on the 11th of June. My mentorship, so Thursday, the 11th of June, my mentorship always starts on the Monday, the 15th. Now that, whatever, like the Monday, that seems to work really well. And it's something I've realized recently. Having the sneak peek in the middle of the week, bridging a weekend to come into the mentorship on a Monday, gives people time to watch the videos, but keeps the pressure on. So that's how you want to do it. You want to create visuals saying, you will have seen mine, hopefully. Like my sneak peek's on this date, the mentorship starts. So that will be Thursday the 11th, mentorship starts Monday the 15th. Okay, and start getting excited about it. Start making the visuals. I can send you guys in the group actually in fact, I'll put it on my task list for tomorrow, but I'll send you all the visuals I've made for my mentorship so that you can just, you're welcome to use whatever photos you want from the team page, in terms of there's a photos section that has like team pictures that you can use for the visuals. So let me put that in the diary here. Send pics. But you guys, like, this is like honestly so exciting, and we're going to be an elite team this year. Like, it's going to happen, and you guys are a huge part of that. And I know you guys don't know what elite means, but it means that you are helping develop leaders, and it's like the most phenomenal milestone. So to have you guys help me do that. I'm also going to do a diamond retreat. I was meant to be doing one in April, but then we had this whole pandemic and that kind of fell to complete scheisse. But I will be doing a diamond retreat, and that will be for anybody in my team that is diamond, like 3 weeks before I host that retreat. So I have no doubt in my mind all of you guys will be on it. Obviously where it is and when, I can't tell you because the pandemic situation. But that's so exciting. I'm so excited to do that first diamond retreat.
Izzy, you said that you like thinking of doing a sneak peek the week of the 8th of June.
Yeah.
Does it matter if we do it the week after? It's just because that week I've got 4 day shifts at work, Ross's birthday, and a wedding photo shoot in the Lake District.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, yeah, it sounds like it's
not that I don't like have time to do it. I just wouldn't want to rush it. Like I want to, like, do you know what I mean? I don't just want to do it to get it done. Like I'd rather that week's just horrific for me. I'm dreading it already. I'm just,
Melanie always says, she says, always choose to do your info session on the day where you can clear the diary. That is so true.
yeah,
It doesn't matter even if the videos are just 30 minutes long in total. That, you know, even for me now, when I do those groups, I'm stressed. Like I'm high energy, I'm stressed because like that defines my month, right? Clear the diary. Yeah, make sure it's on a day, or yeah, as you said, like even in a week, like leading up to that, you need to make sure that yes, you're working full time, but other than that, you've got the time to do those invites and get those people into that
yeah,
group. Yeah, because otherwise, the worst thing that can happen is you go in, you half the invites for the 2 weeks leading up to it. You get in there and there's 5 people in there, no one engages, there's no social proof because there's no engagement, and it makes you feel like shite. You want to hit
yeah,
it, right? So you want to start inviting like ASAP, get those visuals done. And as I said, like, I know this is really scary. I've been there. My coach certainly didn't offer to like do the sneak peek with us. Like, you know, she just wasn't that kind of person. But if you want me to like go in there, I can go in there in whatever capacity you want. You can have me run half of it with you. You can have me go in there and just share a little bit about my story for 2 minutes. Like whatever you want, just let me know. As long as I've got good due warning and I can put it in my diary, then it's totally fine.
okay, thank you.
This might be completely like off the wall, but the other day my friend said to me, "Oh, I'm doing a little video and I'm showing my wine. I'm a bit nervous. I wonder if you would jump on Zoom and just watch it." And basically, she'd asked about 15 people of like friends and close, you know, people that she knew to come on. And this was the Arbonne friend that I was talking about. And she shared her why, and then her 2 uplines shared about the business. And it actually worked. I thought it worked quite well because I was going in there and like to try and encourage her and make, you know, as a friend, but actually then she got you in there, and then people were talking about the business and talking about the products and what have you. And I didn't know if that would be a good way of, because if we all went in and all like shared a part of coaching, virtual gym, I don't know.
I think the thing is, and I'll be perfectly honest, what I've seen works the best is going physically live in a Facebook group. That works hands down way better than putting a Zoom recording in a group. And that's why I do the live again. Like the live, it was, what was it?
It was live. It was a live Zoom. Like this.
Facebook, live in Facebook.
Yeah.
Because you can invite into the Facebook group. This is what works for me. I get my girls in and I invite them in and I make them wait about a week, and then I show like pictures of trips. You can use my pictures of trips. Like if you've got, like Marty will have pictures of trips. Imogen, you've got a few pictures. And you have the visuals. Go into my sneak peek into coaching with Izzy group. If you're not in there, just let me know and I'll get you added. You'll see how I built the FOMO. I got them to introduce themselves. It's quite strategic with it. And then they're like hanging on, they're waiting for a few days. And by the time you go live, they're like, they've been watching your stories, which is why like you want to set it up and you want to have them in there early so that they've got their eyes on your page. But the live element is amazing. And like, if you think about it, like how would you receive an info session if they're like, hey, follow this link and come in live? Like I'd be far less likely to make it if it was a Zoom link. If it's live and I've been given a heads up that it's live in a Facebook group, all I do is go to my Facebook and I can see it live. And I notice that I've done a Zoom sneak peek and the numbers of people on it were way less than when I do it live in the Facebook page. As long as you've hammered it home like 3 times, I'm not even lying. This is the time, like 3 days in advance. This is the time 1 day in advance. This is the time on the day, and following up with all of them to make sure they know the time. Like I was following up like a mofo on the day of the sneak peek, and I had so many people watching this time because I just made sure that I damn well followed up and said, hey, just to remind you, you're going to be on. Yeah, like 2 hours before. So I think, I don't know, it's up to you, but I certainly haven't had that great attraction with Zoom.
No, I just thought I'd ask because if it was a live Zoom, I'm down with the Facebook, like that works as well.
Yeah, just because the Facebook, they then can see the number of other people in there and they can see them engaging on the like introduce yourself post, like that works well. But if you would
the excitement on Zoom, can you? It's just like
exactly, and that was everything for me with this sneak peek. That was why I've enrolled like, I don't know, 15 or 16 people off that sneak peek, because the excitement was all in there. And it was all fresh and live and they could see the interaction. but I think, were you talking about your point about you doing your why and then me talking about the business? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, it was just, it worked quite nicely that there was a few people of the team each took like a little section, because then you could, and they all were talking about their relationship, and it made it out really like cozy and nice community kind of thing. It just had that vibe, and it worked quite well, to be honest.
So there's a technical challenge with that, and that's why it's not going to work for Facebook, and that's why I'd encourage you to do it max 2. With Facebook now, you used to be able to bring somebody on live, and you can't do it anymore, number one. So you'd have to split it up. One person's in live, then the next person. But I thoroughly stand by the fact that works better than a Zoom. The reason why they did it on Zoom is because you can't get that many people in on a live on Facebook. So you could break it down. Like, it's, I don't know, I'm just inclined to go with the exact structure I've used for this last sneak peek that has seen me enroll double the amount of coaches I've ever enrolled, you know, in one session. But you know, I'm not going to say you have to do it this way. If you really want to do it another way, go for it. Like, you know, you're your own.
I was just batting ideas.
Yeah. But yeah, like, message me afterwards, like if you've got someone you want to reach out to, or any of you guys want to work together here, or, you know, like, you do it however you want to do it. Like, I'm just telling you guidelines on what worked and sharing it with you because it's obviously worked. And then the other thing, and I don't want to keep you all night because we've been over an hour, but is promoting posts. Now, Marty knows how to promote posts. Imogen, you as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've done
I've been
one.
getting really low traction lately, though.
Yeah, these girls that I'm in a group with on Instagram said that they've paid to promote their posts and their engagement was like the same. They didn't think it helped because I was going to do it.
Yeah,
And
the thing is, for my last sneak peek, I got 33 applications from a promoted post, like 33 forms filled out, and they were like full on. So it's very hit or miss. I'll be completely honest, with promoted posts, it's very hit or miss, and even for me, it's hit or miss. But I decided that I was going to do 3 days and $120 on a post that had worked, and it just worked. So I was usually spending $80. I decided to put in 120. Don't ask me why my Instagram's in dollars, it just is. And I got 33 applications. Now, I would advise you to try it, but you have to be strong in your mindset when you do this. And this is what Josh Coates says. He says, like, with promoted posts, you have to be willing to ride it out. The first one might not work. The second one might not work. And you have to be willing to invest it and not see much back and still keep going. And I'll be honest, that's why my business has continued to like do well, because I continue to try to promote even if I lose, and then I try again and I try again, and then it works, and it works.
Maybe we can have a call on what you specifically write in the post, because like I've had posts that I copied kind of what you had written down and I got no traction on it. But then I'd have posts I just randomly kind of made stuff up and it worked a little better, but then I've tried that post again and it didn't get any traction. So it's like really up and down for me. I'm not sure.
And that's the algorithms really bad at the minute, because so many people have made Instagram accounts during lockdown, like fitness accounts, food accounts, hobby accounts, like pet accounts, like so many more Instagram accounts now that apparently it's like people are just battling against an algorithm, and apparently it's quite hard at the minute. So I would just like maybe try promoting a post that's probably going to get you out there more than not.
And I would just say, like, Marty, to that, I'll be honest, it depends on, I don't even know, like, this is the problem with Instagram. This is why you have to be willing to try it and try it over and over again. And that's what I've done. Like, I've had ones that have nosedived, I've had ones that have nosedived, I've had ones that have nosedived, I've had ones that have skyrocketed. I've propelled my business for 5 months on that post, then they've dipped, then I've just, you know, I think 3 of my girls this month came off promoted posts. It's not an awful lot, and 2 of those bounced. So I had 5 in total and 2 bounced. So the promoted post girls bounce more because they haven't watched you for as long. That's the thing. But then, you know, Donna was, I think, off a promoted post. So you just never know.
I was off a promoted post.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And I will also say, like, you could copy my wording and it could be rejected. I could use my wording and re-promote that post tomorrow, and they could say, actually, now we've decided to reject it. It just depends who your post goes up to within that Instagram department. That's why it's so unreliable. And that's why you kind of, I'll be honest, like you need to try it if you want to propel your business, but you have to be willing to invest and not see stuff back, because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But as I said, like that Josh Coach creating an event in Facebook, he said it's like foolproof and it costs like $12 to promote it, or £12. So I need to go back and watch that between now and our next call. And then I'll debrief you on that, because I think that's probably the better thing to do.
When is our next call?
We'll do it at the same time next Wednesday. Yeah. So
Oh, I think I'm night shift.
that's okay. You can catch the recording.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't worry.
let me just- I think I'm Tuesday. Let me just have a little look. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights. Oh,
Is there another night that you guys would prefer to do? Like obviously Charlotte, but is there another night that works better for any other people?
I'm completely flexible.
I'm home all the time now.
Okay. And what did you say, Amy? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Wednesday's cool for me. I don't have I'm flexible.
Okay. And Shannon?
Any day. I'm working on Thursdays and Fridays, but I can still do them whenever.
So
After
maybe then we do Tuesday. Can everyone do Tuesday? Yeah? We're a smaller group,
oh, thank you.
right? Like if we can make it work for everyone, then why not have everyone? If we
Thank you.
So that's fine. And just make sure, as I've said, like you send me like who do I want to be, your affirmations. I'm going to share this spreadsheet in the group now. You'll need Google Sheets, and just start using it. And honestly, like I'm going to be quite strict, but what I love about this, and I'll be honest, is that it reminds you every day, like how many people have you helped? And you're like, shit, I haven't helped anyone. And it just makes you level up, because you're like, okay. It just keeps you on your toes. So I think it's a really good thing. I think it's really going to help you guys. And if you've got any questions or anything, let me know. But
What are you eating?
oh, I thought you were trying to. You saying something, Amy? Your sound keeps going out. Okay, I'm gonna do a boomerang. Do a boomerang.
Oh, I look like a potato.
Like a what?
Sorry, I've just caught her
Potato.
eating a stone in the garden.
What's that?
Oh,
I've just caught Pebbles eating a stone out of the garden.
So
My
cute.
clothes are all wet.
Right.
We're gonna get in a
Okay.
boomerang. What's this?
Also,
Look.
I think most of you guys have sent me the date, but can you send me your diamond date? Have you all got the diamond roadmap? That's the other thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Marty.
Somewhere.
I'll send it in the group. Cool. All right, and then that means Shannon will have it because Charlotte would have sent it to you. Okay, cool. All right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Oh,
Right.
Pebbles.
Well, good luck, ladies. So you're sending me who I want to be, affirmations, and your diamond dates.
Just in the group chat, right?
Or to me, like you can say whatever you guys prefer. Like maybe in the group chat, that would be quite cool, because then you can all see.
This is-
Well, I don't know. Like you might not want to share all that stuff with the group. I don't know. Maybe send it to me individually.
I don't care either way.
I don't care.
Whatever you want, as long as I get it. Okay. Well, good luck, guys. It's going to be an exciting time.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.